The line between vampires and demons is blurred in a lot of ancient cultures. A lot of demons and devils fed off of human blood and were attracted to the violence of murders and battles. Vampires and demons could be blamed for spreading plagues. In the time of ancient Mesopotamia, it was believed that the spirit survived your physical body. Amulets were worn to protect the living from the dead and supernatural beings. In the ancient world, blood represented life and power. These people felt spirits were all around them, and they could be guardians, devils, or restless ghosts who could turn against the living at any time. They could appear as windstorms, or animals, or even shadows. They could even be summoned and controlled by necromancers for evil purposes. The ancient Mesopotamians believed in 3 classes of evil spirits: the disembodied human soul that would never find rest and wandered the world, the twisted, half-human and half-demon spirits, and the devils who rode the winds bringing storms and disease. Unfortunately, the Ilu and Rabisu don't have enough written about them to cover them in depth. The Ilu, evil god, is assumed to be more of a general term, and there are no descriptions of it, but the pantheon is vast, starting with over 5,000 named deities, and it seems like some demonic figures were considered gods as well. So there are probably several evil gods that could fit the bill. The only real info I could dig up about the Rabisu is that it lurks in the night and sets the hairs of the body on end. The Utuku were what we'd usually think of as ghosts, not necessarily hostile and transparent and drifting around in the wind. It wasn't really an entity that could harm humans. There were cases where the Utuku have protected and worked with mankind. They were called the Shidu in these cases and were called to protect property. A sorcerer could raise an Utuku as a way to look into the future. The most well-known occurrence of an Utuku is in the Epic of Gilgamesh. Gilgamesh begs the god Nergal to raise his friend Enkidu from the dead, and the god grants his prayer. The earth splits open and Enkidu rises up like the wind. Fun fact, Assyrians had a recognized title of Raiser of the Departed Spirit for a sorcerer. Please, someone put that on the name placard of your desk. The Alu are demons that hide in dark corners and ruins and slink through the streets at night like feral dogs. They're even more vicious than the Edaimu. Sores cover their lips and they're emaciated and sickly pale. They drink the blood of the dying, and while they usually stayed away from humanity, sometimes they would attack villages. People would look up from their dinner tables and see the gaunt faces of the Alu staring in at them, hungering for their blood. They would lie in wait, ready to rush out of their hiding places to attack whoever crossed their paths. Or they would sneak into your bedroom at night and stand over you, waiting to pounce if you dared to close your eyes. The Galu is a devil that might sometimes assume the form of an ox. They decimated the land and could enter any house, and they had no mercy. They were full of wickedness and were eaters of flesh, causing blood to flow like rain. Ceaselessly they ate blood. The Lailu is a wind demon and seducer of women. Supposedly Gilgamesh's father was a Lailu. Lilitu was his female counterpart, exercising the same influence over men. But she's the more interesting of the two. In the Epic of Gilgamesh, the goddess Inanna is growing a tree that she wants to use as wood to build a throne. But when she comes back after 10 years, a serpent is resting at the bottom, a giant bird has built a nest in it, and the Kiskil Lila, or Lilitu, has a home in it. Gilgamesh hears about Inanna's plight and kills the serpent, scares the bird away, and the Lilitu ran away in terror. What makes Lilitu interesting is she passes into Hebrew mythology, late Greek, and Christian mythology, where she becomes the first wife of Adam. However, the connection between the Lilitu and Lilith is debated, so, do your own research, make your own judgments on that one. The Demi in Sumerian and Lamashtu in Akkadian was the most terrible of all female demons. She was the daughter of the sky god Anu, and possibly considered a goddess in her own right. She murdered children and drank the blood of men. She might slip into the house of a pregnant woman and touch the woman's stomach 7 times to kill the baby. So a pregnant woman would wear an amulet with an image of the demon Pazuzu on it to keep Lamashtu away. She has 7 names: Lame, daughter of Anu, sister of the gods of the streets, sword which shatters the head, she that kindles a fire, she whose face is horrible, controller of the slayers of the hand of your Nina. She controls 7 devils and 7 wicked fevers, and the incantation against her describes her as 7 witches.
Every wife had 7 sacks, every sack has 7 cats. Every cat has 7 kittens, kittens, cats, sacks, and wives. How many were going to St. Ives? My phone number is 555.
No, wait, I didn't get all it.
Not gonna lie, that part got confusing. There are several incantations about Lamashtu. She infests rivers, highways, walls, and withers trees, as well as sending nightmares. They also say Lamashtu turns up in Greek mythology as Lamia, whose legend will be in the cards. Don't forget to like, share, and subscribe. It keeps the channel alive.